evening, everybody. And how are we all doing today? Welcome, I'm very glad to have you all here. Josh, Red Mage, anybody else who's just hanging out, thank you so much for being here. It is wonderful to be joined by all of you, as it always is. How is everybody's Saturday going? Devolver Digital Conference was very good this year and worth watching. I never really watch them, but I always hear good things about them. Any particularly interesting reveals? And apart from that, how is everybody's Saturday going? You will be pleased to know. You know what? Sure, Josh. You'll be pleased to know, those of you who know my technical troubles at this point, that it only took 15 minutes of fighting with my Elgato this time to get everything working. Instead of the standard, like, 30-ish minutes? Who is Nina? I'm a little confused. The whole cinematic universe with Nina Struthers as the psycho CEO the last 4 years was a marketing presentation. That doesn't surprise me. But I also haven't really been following it. So unfortunately, the twist doesn't hit me as hard as it hits everybody else. I actually want to quickly update my title, just to mention that I've got closed captions. And also, I would like to remind everybody that I have closed captions. And that is enough dillying, and that is enough dallying. I am going to get back into Xenoblade Chronicles with the hopes that my capture card can actually keep up. This is a good start. This is a good start. I would like to draw everybody's attention to, in the bottom left, the average viewer goal. We are now at 13, more than 13 and a half average viewers. So the support you guys have been giving me has been absolutely out of this world. I really appreciate it. So since we're past 13, I'm going to have to organize Slay the Streamer, where I play Slay the Spire, and you guys can make my life miserable, which I'm sure will be fun for everybody. Once we hit 14, I'll be doing a Pokemon Randomizer Nuzlocke, which will also be miserable, and I cannot wait for it. Anyway, last time on Xenoblade Chronicles, a lot happened. We finally got to the very top of Valak Mountain. Not Valak Mountain, the very top of Prison Island. And we discovered that Prison Island, in fact, has but a single prisoner. We discovered that... actually, I just want to check something. Is anybody having weird multiple audio? Like, can you hear the in-game sounds slightly echoing? That's something I'm a little concerned about. Anyway. Should be fixed now. We got to the top of Prison Island. We discovered that it was the prison of a single giant. One of the ancient giants thought to be extinct, who had wielded the Monado in an ancient battle with Mechonis. He unlocked the power of the Monado as he died, The Monado transformed and is now able to damage Faced Mechon. And in a battle with Metal Face, we were interrupted by Face Nemesis, and we discovered that Face Nemesis was piloted by Fiora. So now we are pursuing the Faced Mechon to a place called Galahad Fortress, where they are believed to be. And in order to get there, we came to Valak Mountain. A place which is not super exciting during the day, looks really pretty during the night, and has not my favorite music in the game. But it'll do. As much as I like this party, I am going to switch them up. Just for narrative reasons. I do feel like Shulk and Dunban are the most important characters for this section in terms of who needs to be here. They're the most closely related in one way or another to Fiora, and Fiora is the person who we are pursuing. Charla is here because healer good? Question mark? We should be going down. But if I remember correctly, there are a couple of collectibles and possibly one or two cool things up here. I do love these crystals just growing out of the ground. They're not icicles, by the way. They are ether crystals. I don't need to fight any more Chilkins. The all are too weak to be bothering with. Is it just collectibles? Level 43 Nebula? I don't need to worry too much about that. The whole Devolver presentation was an NFT joke. At the end, they revealed that the conference will literally be sold as a single physical VHS tape, where they popped out the tab, so it's non-fuck-withable. It's a non-fuck-withable tape. An NFT. My god, Devolver just refuse to not be trolls, and I love it. But, like, they troll the whole world. I did want to draw attention to the fact that there is a hot spring up here. It doesn't do anything, but it's here. Yep. I'd forgotten that this is all that's up here. You know, we were taking these guys out really easily with Melia. Let's see how this party does.
We can't lose! Don't let a single one escape! Don't hold back! Thank you, Dunbar. Electric Gunbuster! Split edge! Stay focused.
It's really rough without Melia's DPS. Not DPS, damage over time. Which she is just so good at. Ow! Yeah, it's much easier with Melia. Red Mage, it's only because you're here. Excuse me, let me open my treasure chest. Oh, I'm going to die.
This isn't going well.
No, I'm not.
Don't rush off.
Okay. Now we're going to come to one of the silliest and most fun activities. Heck, I have the wrong tag. I just noticed. I had the spoilers tag. I want the no spoilers tag. It is literally the opposite. God, I love seeing that tower in the distance. I'm not going to reveal its name. Not that its name is a spoiler or anything, just, like, it hasn't been revealed in-game. And on we go. This area was called the Hollow Bone. So, like, you can guess what this part is. This is part of the Bionis' arm bone. Okay, chat, I want you to be prepared. Because this game occasionally decides to have a lot of fun with its physics engine. Fucking ice slides. And you get absurd speeds. And then you... Yeet! Hey, I got up here. So this is a very useful place to get. Josh, it's fine. This is actually kind of difficult to get to. If you get the timing wrong, you just go down below, and that's where you're meant to go. But there are a couple of monsters to fight here, including a level 47 unique enemy. Fuck you, Shulk. This party right here is the party for dealing with higher level enemies and for dealing with unique enemies. Although, it's interesting. There have been some changes to our skill. To you too, Tom. Thank you. Welcome. So she's got a better relationship with Charlotte now, but she does not have enough affinity coins to do anything about that. Charlotte can get increases HP received from healing arts. Not too useful for her. Increases ether is better. And Ricky's got a new skill. Reduces cooldown during the day. So weirdly specific. That's a nice one. Lets Ricky steal AP with Yoink and share it with the party. I haven't really described this in much detail, but Ricky's talent art is called Yoink, and it steals things from enemies. And it is bonkers. It does damage as well. But yeah, Ricky is kind of a rogue character, because he has bonkers attacks like that. It can steal items. It can steal stats. So it can lower an enemy's stats and raise yours at the same time. And now it can steal AP, which lets you level up your arts. It's bonkers and really cool. But I also noticed Ricky has, by the looks of it, quite a lot of AP. And at least one art that I use that isn't leveled up. Roly-Poly can get a bit better. Everything else is leveled up. Melia has a new art by the look of it. Starlight Kick. Which I don't really use. Yes, Tom, Burn innate. Because Burn is way too simple for Ricky. Starlight Kick is honestly great. If you use it after Spear Break, it forces topple on enemies. It can make Melia a very good close combat fighter. But that's not really Melia's style. And so I almost never give it to her. Barbaric Citri. Let me see if I can pull some of the smaller guys first. I can. Let's get some buffs up. Yeah, unfortunately, Shulk died. He died when he discovered that, unfortunately, Melia is just way cooler than him. He died of embarrassment.
Let's stay alert.
Jokes aside, we're fighting a slightly higher level unique monster. Unique monsters tend to be pretty tough. So I'm going with the high damage over time, pretty good sustain setup. I believe there's something scary in at least one of these pods. I think it's time. There we go. I didn't even need to do anything. I'm going to go with tons of regen. Ow! Boy. This isn't actually going great. Oh, this is going very poorly. Yeah.
Manifest yourself. Ricky, leave it to hero part. Happy time.
Charlotte, why didn't you...
Was that too much?
Charlotte did not actually participate in the chain attack. That sounds good, Nif.
Try hard with Ricky. I hear your words.
Yeah, that went poorly. Part of the problem was we ended up grabbing one of the smaller dudes as well. I like card games, so I would be curious to see. Whee! Or have you considered maybe definitely fight Spider-Man? Cool, thanks for... So... every now and then, the ice physics fuck up and end up yeeting you into a wall at the speed of sound. Which I feel happens to Melia more than anyone else.
I'm not doing...
Oh, you're not doing too well, Charla? Fuck off. Biggest problem with card games that include monsters is that it becomes too complicated for newcomers. It can be. The ice physics is the silliest and funnest thing in this game. Like, they did not fuck around at all.
I fear I approach my limit. No panic.
It's fine. You see? It's fine. If I can just pull Spider-Man, I'll be okay. Oh, nice. What does the pig in your gang do? Shit! What the fuck were you doing, Charla? Is it just because Charla really not healing particularly well? Fuck you for trying to make me do casual mode. Yeah.
I fear I approach my limit.
No loose spirit is bad.
Okay. Full baby spiders. It will eventually give up on this. But not yet. Hi, Juice. See, these guys are easy to beat. This is going to be my last attempt at this dude until, like... Until I can be... Go away. No, you see, I slightly disagree there, Niv. Because I feel like the fucked up nature of the ice physics in this game is what makes it so good. What game are you talking about, Juice? Because I feel like there was no context to that. Bruh, don't run away. Oh, if I picked up handcuffs, they're probably not an armor option. There are some weird items. Okay, so I've been going too far away, it seems. It really does, Niv. Okay. So something weird happened there, which I want to address. So there are weird, like, egg pods around there. I can try to focus on one. Yeah, these Buntera pods. A chicken hatched out of one of them. I just wanted to draw everybody's attention to that. I don't know why you're concerned. I think Rabid Rosalina looks very cute. These guys are also pretty tough, to be honest. This fucker got involved as well now. But way too soon for my liking. Or he didn't? I'm confused why we're getting the boss monster music. Okay, so it is him. I think Wario and Waluigi very much deserve to be in there. I don't love Waluigi for a lot of things, but he definitely deserves to be in a game like that. Restores HP to all party members.
The next one will hit. Manifest yourself.
Oh, Devour sounds fun.
What should we do? We can change the future.
Charla, heal yourself up. As much as I hate to say that, you are the one who most needs it. I can heal Charla up a little. Maybe this would be better with a different tank. One who, hear me out, actually knew how to tank.
What should we do? We can change the future.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Thank you. Ow!
Sorry, it's my fault.
Yes, it actually is, healer.
I'm all right now. Water! Things are really heating up. Manifest yourself. I feel the ether. Building within me. Now! Breaking squall!
Part of the problem is I treat Ricky like a tank, but he's really not. Yes, let's get some art seal in there at least. In spite of everything, this isn't going too badly.
Now we're working as one. We must nurture this youth. Take me lightly at your peril. Don't mess with Melia.
Ow! Yeah, we need a proper tank. He's got the HP to do it, but not the anything else. Hi, Chan. Anyway, I said I was going to try that once more. You know what, Ryan? You can come back. God, look at this man. He doesn't have enough brain cells to actually feel cold. He is the perfect himbo. Thank you, Juice. Honestly, the ice physics in this are so bad. I love them. I think there's a collectible around here, but it's really not worth swimming for. Juice, I don't see the problem with stream delay. You uda'd at Rhine being chosen. It was amazing. We come here to do research, but Chilkins and Antol's always fighting, so we know can work. That doesn't sound good. I think we should get this sorted as soon as possible. Yeah, we have to do something. We know ever finish at this rate. We know can go back to village. We need your help. We want you to get rid of some Chilkins and Antols. Can you help us? Hi, Luca. Those are some good gems. You really help us? Thank you. I'm here waiting for good news. I don't know if I can do low latency on my end. Oh, okay, yeah. Mobile be like that. Not that I'm seeing. I think Juice is just having delay because, you know, mobile is shit. Nice, Copper. Enjoy drawing. There's some gear here. It's mostly stuff we've already got. Bedtime and Tantrum are useful for Ricky, but I don't actually have either of those arts on him. You don't have to buy anything. Just drop by to see me sometimes. Oh, that's very sweet. Now that we have a fast travel point at the bottom, I want to go somewhere else. Because this is something I actually forgot about. I want to go back to Elkamoth. And this is going to be the best skip travel point. And now I genuinely do want Melia in the front because of why we're doing this. So, Melia is, at this point, technically the Empress of the Hyentia. She was the crown princess, but then the Emperor died. Quite brutally. Her brother is ruling as regent, but she is technically the Empress. Josh seems to have seen it and was quite impressed. But we're not just coming here to look around. We're also coming here to look around. So, the throne is empty. Larathea, who we know is one of the baddies, is here. The Anti-Mechon response meeting shall be held shortly. There, the Ministry of Research will announce its findings. And best lad Callian is here.
Good day.
Melia, this is a keepsake from Father. Please take it. Father would have wanted to fight beside you in battle. Please keep him close by you. I have placed a great burden upon you. Please forgive my failings as an elder brother. But keep this with you always. Not only father, but I too will be by your side. Do not forget this, and stay safe on your journey. Please take it, Crown Princess. Kellyan gives you the Imperial Staff. This is the staff that the Emperor wielded in Prison Island. This is the staff that he used to control the power of Zanza the Giant. And you don't get it unless you come here and chat to him, which I forgot to do. Unfortunately, it's weaker than the Cloud Staff. It does have 3 slots, and it gives you much better ether defense, but it kind of sucks that it's weaker. However, with melee, auto attack also doesn't matter that much. So I'm still going to equip it. Remove weapon gems. Give her ether up. Give her electric plus. Do we have any blaze plus gems? We do. And I think I'm actually going to change the appearance. In fact, I can clear this. So that she's actually wielding the Imperial Staff. Yeah, I changed up Sharla's look a little bit. I think it looks much better. The dark colors really suit her. Whoops. That's all I wanted to do here. So back to Valak Mountain we go. Fingers crossed. So far, the Elgato is doing fine today. I love this dude in his, like, tropical shirt. Of course, Luca. Have a good sleep. Also you. One of my team go to study Chilkins, but no has come back. I just know something happened to him. What can I do? I would suggest worrying about it. And as we draw ever closer, the ruined tower looms higher. We also come across Ansel's here. I'm gonna switch back to Shulk. Just because I like having Shulk in the party. We fought these guys before in Magna Forest, but now they're blue. Because, you know, ice. I do have a habit of focusing on Dunban as a tank instead of Rhine. And as a result of that, I sometimes forget Rhine is a very good tank.
We can do even better. Come on, we got through that pretty good.
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
In fact, I am going to switch up my party again. I know I'm doing this a lot, but let's try for a double tank setup. Shulk, Rhine, Dunban. A lot of DPS, 2 very solid tanks. One more agility focused, one more HP focused. But nonetheless, this basically guarantees that there will never be attention on Shulk. We also come across these guys. Ares. They're basically big old fluffy bulls. They're super cute, so let's kill them.
Here we go. Yeah. You're up. Go.
Dunban has this attack, Soaring Tempest, which fills the talent gauge when the attack connects, which is great because it actually hits multiple times. And you won't see it so much now, but if you're in a situation where Dunban is in the center of multiple enemies, it will hit so many times, and you can fill your talent gauge up almost completely. Ah! Too quick.
Timing is everything. Remember that.
He says timing is everything after I missed the timing.
Not bad at all.
Dunban has a cruel and ironic sense of humor.
Anyone?
So we were asked to fight some Chilkins, but they're apparently not the fuchsia Chilkins. Okay. They're Poleaxe Chilkins that I need to fight.
Thank you, Dunban. Electric Gutbuster. Keep up that momentum.
You know, that's something I hadn't considered. Having both Rhine and Dunban means that if one of them misses the topple, the other is basically guaranteed to get it. That's actually a very good thing for the party. Shulk got a new skill, which increases the chance of a fever when gem crafting. Fever when gem crafting is just a useful skill, but it's not exciting, especially to show on stream. This will be a while, but improves arts from behind. Very useful. Rhine almost has this, which is another 10% increase to max HP, which is huge. Whoops.
Everyone, let's go! Don't hold back! Let me at him! Shadow
I am shocked that Shulk still has any aggro on him.
Everyone, feel the flow of battle! Understood, Dunban. Nice attack! Everyone, let's go!
Oh, we're fighting a Reef Nebula, apparently. Which has an unfortunate spike effect.
Yeah! Rhine time!
Now, I should swap out the order of Rhine and Dunban, because Rhine has a daze as well as a topple. Yes, Josh, it's exactly what you're thinking.
Wow, down! Dunban!
Extend the topple,
More! Leave it to me! This'll leave a mark.
get a daze in there,
Keep it up! I know!
more daze.
Yeah, well played! We are at one with the battlefield! Now it's right time! Now we're pulling together. So this is what teamwork is. Wow, down! Yeah! All together now! Right with you! Get away! I'm powering up! The time has come. Here we
This
go!
poor fucker, he was toppled and or dazed the entire time between our two chain attacks. We're not dealing that much damage, but there's nothing he can do to survive. Enjoy your lure, Chen. And we're just gonna do it again.
Yeah! Rhine time! Dunban! Steel strike!
Oh! We didn't get a longer chain attack here. I'm kind of surprised.
Remember that! Perfect! Now it's right time! Hasty thing! Bring it on! We move at the same pace! Yes, Dunban! Yeah! I'm turning up the heat. You're really getting into the good job, everyone.
There we
Man,
go.
what a bunch
That was a
of jokers.
surprisingly long fight.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
And got nothing good out of it, really. We've got no quarrel with these guys. Just a reminder for those who are lurking, I do have closed captioning enabled.
Everyone, let's go! Let me at him. Don't hold back. Our time is come. Now it's Rhine time. Electric Gunbuster. Everyone, feel the flow of battle. Understood, Dumba. Take that.
Holy fuck, that was
But we
quick.
mustn't be careless. Man, what a bunch of jokers.
As I said, actually, I just want to swap these two around. Because in chain attacks, it makes it easier to guarantee a daze.
We can't lose. I hate these things. Don't hold back.
I say guarantee, but it wouldn't actually let me daze this dude. Because he is immune to break.
All systems go. Bring it on. Backslash. Come back.
But he's not immune to get hit with a big sword. And we can finally, I haven't really had a chance to use this much, use Sword Drive on Rhine, his most powerful single attack,
Sword drive. Okay, guys. Now we're putting together.
which did 20,000 damage there.
Ah, just like old times. We can't lose. I hate these things. Make it a swift victory. Thank you, Dunbar. Electric Gunbuster. I'm powering up. Wow, down. Roll me. Nasty thing. Sword drive. Final push. Now it's mine. You never stood a chance. I can see this isn't pushing you at all. Let's not lose our heads, guys.
I really love playing as Melia, but my fingers just know how to play as Shulk much better. Good job there, Google Translate API. That's definitely what I said. Do want to fight this Nebula,
Everyone, let's go! Move it to right.
because I think they have an item I need for another quest.
Inspirational. Everyone, let's go! Here we go! Come back! Steel strike!
Tussle
Now!
and Daze.
Rhine time! Over yet! Okay, my turn!
I'm actually going to extend this, surprisingly, using Monado Buster,
It's not over yet!
in the hopes of getting another red art.
Time is now!
I didn't go through to Rhine, unfortunately. That's what I was hoping for. Because I was hoping to get a 4-time sword drive. There we go. Rhine's Days art is also much better than Shulk's. Shulk's lasts, I think, 3 seconds, maybe not even that long. We can check that at any time. Shaker Edge lasts for 2 seconds, whereas Shield Bash lasts for 2 seconds. Maybe it's additive. Maybe it like adds them together, in which case, like, there's no downside. Do want to increase Shaker Edge just to get that cooldown a bit lower. Might as well do the same thing to... God, I have not been upgrading Ryan's arts. But I did upgrade that one, so that's okay. That bizarre looking column up there, that's where we're going. The one that just disappeared. And I would like to prepare everybody. Specifically those of you who live in North America, speak English with a North American accent. There are a variety of North American accents. And in general, pronounce a word you're about to hear very differently. There is a word typically used for a large spouting gush of hot water from the earth. The way you pronounce that and the way British people pronounce that is very different. That's the word, Juice. That is the word. But the way you pronounce it and the way I pronounce it, very different, and you're about to hear, or it might be in a little while, you're about to hear them say it very differently. Ah, they didn't say it? I know they say it at one point, but yes. It is pronounced geyser. I have always pronounced it that way. And yeah, this thing shoots you up into the stratosphere.
You can't have a rainbow without Rhine, baby.
Thank you, Luca. I genuinely don't know why it's pronounced geyser. I just know that's how I've always said it. Yes, sleep, Luca. We will... Like, I know we'll hear it at one point, but I came up here to find this dude face down in the snow. My tummy's so empty. It's so cold. I'm gonna turn into ice. I want to eat something warm. What? You bring some food for me? Thank you. If I die here, I know can take information back to others. Bring food to warm me up. I want Hox Flint's Atoll fire pouches and Ferris aged ale. Only one of those actually sounds like food, buddy. Don't take too long. I thought Nopon didn't really feel the cold. But if hungry, I know can resist cold. I'm gonna go back to warm cave with my friends. I can do that. Anyway, fine. Hurry back. I know can wait to be all full up and warm again. That one takes a little bit of time to get. But is worth it because, honestly, the Nopon are cute. I do not care about you. You're not strong enough to actually give me any significant experience. I will, Juice. I'll just hurry up slowly. There are multiple ways to get back down. One of them is to quick travel. But that is not the best way. The best way is to recognize that in this game, landing in water, any water, eliminates all damage. So yes, Bubbles, the answer is in fact yeet. So yeah, you could basically jump from that height and land in a puddle, and it wouldn't even, like, hurt your ankles. I really thought they said the thing here. Is it at this? Might be at this heart-to-heart. Heck! Shulk and Ricky are never going to be good friends. Finished 100%ing the Final Fantasy VII DLC. Bad news, chords can't do Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Bubbles. You want to rumble, fucker?
Powering up. Electric We can definitely do this.
I'm really sorry to hear that, Bubbles. I know how much you enjoyed that.
And nothing's going the best. I can see this isn't pushing you at all. Who else wants some?
And here is the tower we saw from way, way back. Less ruined than just frozen over. But as a result of that, looking completely rad.
Now it's right time. All together now. Everyone. I can see this isn't pushing you at all. Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?
And so we come to the great ancient tower within Valak Mountain. The sealed tower. Which is not actually its name. It's more a description. And within it is Harricht Chapel. There are a couple of little side paths here, but I don't think they do anything useful. I just wanted to explore because, you know, it's an open world game. So you explore. The Seal Tower, home to all seals, and also the singer, Seal. So let us try to enter Harricht Chapel.
Ruins. I wonder who built them.
Elvis? This the place you meant?
It appears to have frozen over while I have been away.
Been away?
Pay me no mind. We will need to do something about the ice before we can enter.
Throw hot water on ice.
Yeah, nice one, genius.
Precisely. There should be a geyser nearby. In the cave next to it, we will find a stone called magma rock.
And we can use this rock to melt the ice.
I believe so. So, shall we head to the cave?
Sounds good. Start looking for a geyser, everyone.
He said the thing! Yeah, that always kind of bothered me, Bubbles. Magma is rock, so, you know. But now we get to go to the geyser. It's so cute that Google doesn't know the word I'm saying. Yes, I know this sounds and looks terrible. But I have to climb the hill this way. I just find it funny when the jumping animations just completely do not know what to do. But now we return to the, for the sake of everyone watching, I will say geyser. How cool are these dudes? Their antlers glow with ether.
Right, let's do this. Let me at him.
He's so cool that he must die. All horns are piss horns if you try hard enough, Bubbles.
Totally. Don't get cocky. Stay focused. Stay sharp. Yes, sir.
I like that that post-battle quote. So, chat, with E3 weekend finally upon us, what would be your biggest disappointment? We've spoken about things we want, things we hope, things we expect. But what would be your biggest disappointment over the next few days?
Understood. We win. Not bad. Not bad at all. Good thing I'm here. No.
Come down this way, there is an ether crystal point, but also a bunch of these dudes, which are apparently needed for some kind of quest. Very disappointed if there's no more Zelda ports or games or a Switch Pro announced.
The enemy's weak.
Copper, I am going to say, don't expect a Switch Pro to be announced at in the Direct. Nintendo have been kind of clear that it's going to be software only. I do think we'll see the Switch Pro soon, but I don't think we'll see it at E3. I do think we will see more Zelda news other than Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Shit, yes. I feel neutral about Pokemon in general. It's a series I've very much fallen off. I do think we'll get Breath of the Wild 2 news. I'm hoping for like full trailer, release window, and subtitle drop. We're not necessarily going to get all of those, but I feel like at least like a second teaser trailer, which is longer than the first one and gives us some kind of information, and possibly a subtitle. I think those are all possible. I don't think we're getting Breath of the Wild 2 this year, unfortunately. You can, Nebula. If you try hard enough, you definitely can, Nebula.
Let's do this. Make it a swift victory.
Yeah, I know people are worried about Pokemon Legends, and honestly, Pokemon Legends is the only Pokemon game I'm interested in. So yes. I don't think we're going to see Pokemon Legends at the Direct. I think we've got a good chance of seeing it at the in the Treehouse presentation.
Got it. It's not over yet. Aha! Steel Flash. Good job, everyone.
I think I actually saw something where the developers confirmed that Silk Song will not be a glitch, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. I hate that thing that those nebulas do where they pop. It does a ton of damage, and you get nothing out of the pop. Honestly, yeah, the Hollow Knight devs have earned taking as much time as they want.
It's over. Who else wants some?
But we mustn't be careless.
I did not know Cuphead was getting DLC. So yeah, that's definitely exciting. So, fun fact that I'll show you in a moment. You know what, fuck you. Yes, we're gonna chain attack you. For no reason other than I'm pissed off.
We're counting on you. Leave it to me. Right now. I know. Ain't over yet. Leave it to me. Let's keep up the pressure. Keep it up. Aha. Soaring tempest. Our time is coming. More. Yeah. Rhyme time. Still stronger.
Yeah,
Your face.
as I said, even though they keep delaying it, I feel like they've earned as many delays as they like by making the original game so good.
You like that? Right.
Not bad.
Leave it to Ryan. Come on, we can do it. Everyone. Right, we're the best. Let's not lose our heads, though.
But we mustn't be
Plus, I feel like for most developers, last year doesn't even count. Like, if you delayed something last year, okay, that's to be expected because last year was nothing actually occurred. There was no 2020. Anyway, Shulk is the strongest person in the world. He takes barely any damage from running in lava.
Time for a chain attack. We're gonna do this. Split edge. Come back. Here I come. Soaring tempest. Right now. Yeah. Rhyme time. In your face. Perfect. One in a world of strike.
I should probably play Hollow Knight one day.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Let's not lose our heads, though.
Oh yeah. They're very loyal. They will follow Shulk anywhere. God, Valak Mountain has depressing music. Let's try fighting one of you guys again.
Everyone, let's go!
Make it a swift victory.
I'm turning up the heat. You're really getting into this, right? Now it's right time. Bring it on! Going forward battle! No one's gonna stop us, Dumbag. Now it's right time.
want another chain attack. Just so that we can get another topple in. Interestingly, he's already got break. So I'm gonna lower his defense instead.
Steel strike! Right! Now! Jump! Yeah, I'm turning up the heat. You're really getting into
I hate when you get these super short chain attacks. It is one of the places where I consider Xenoblade Chronicles 2 superior. I feel like its chain attacks are much more consistent. If you succeed, you know why. If you fail, you know why. There is a slight random element to chain attacks here, which can be quite frustrating.
Everyone, let's go! Let me at him. Make it a swift victory. Electric
Sir, you are very small and very cute. But unfortunately, I must murder you.
Good job, everyone.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?
And I believe... I'm actually going to just do a save. I believe there is a fairly tough fight coming up. So are you, Chen. What an amazing discovery. There we go. Conflagrant Raxiel. This is a very weird fight because he can like tempt your party members into the lava where they take constant damage. And it sucks. Don't look at me. I said don't look at me. I specifically requested you not to perceive me, and what do you go and do? You perceive me. That's just rude. Okay, Shulk at times 4 Monado Buster will do a stupid amount of damage, and then at times 5 Blossom Dance will almost certainly finish it off. Blossom Dance does 4 hits. The first one finished it. This fight is normally pretty tough. And it was effortless, so that's something. And he dropped the Magma Rock. Oh! There are more enemies. Oh no, a unique one of these? That could be an issue. I'm too far away to do anything about him.
It's not over yet. Here I come. Steel Flash. More. Yeah. Rhine time. Boom.
Shulk, get closer, please. This is such a long chain attack, and Shulk's not going to be able to do anything. Yeah, Chen, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Lower his strength. We have done no damage to this dude, but that's much less of an issue. Yeah, he's got a very powerful spike, which does a ton of damage. What happened, Copper? Anyway, I got the magma rock. So I'm gonna head back to Harrick Chapel now. Oh! I know what lexical fatigue is. I'm just curious what it's happened with. Oh god, Google. It's not Mexico fatigue, it's lexical fatigue. Ah, yes. That can happen. I remember, who was it? I believe it was Aaron Hansen of the Game Grumps, who said that sometimes the word of, OF, looks wrong to him. By the way, I'm just going to try to fix something. I think I'm getting a slight issue with my sound from the Elgato. It's either that or it's just the wind sound in-game, which is also fine. It's interesting. I've had a lot of people say that about Av. I don't feel it at all. Anyway, cutscene time.
The letters are worn and difficult to make out. But it's definitely the language of the High Entia. They look just like the lettering on Prison Island.
If only we could. Just walk inside.
This is the inside of Harrick Chapel.
This place?
Something up, Shulk?
No, it's just... I feel like I know this place.
Deja vu.
I'm not sure, but... I thought I had it. I can't seem to recall.
Oh.
Are you all right?
What? Must be tired. Don't worry.
This is Osse Tower. Built by the High Entia to house and protect the Monado. The ceremony of Seers was conducted here. It is also where the Homs found the Monado.
Wait, you mean... So this is where the Monado was kept. My dad took it from here. Have you always been able to see the future? You told me you were from a long line of seers. Did you have the ability from birth?
Once, I too came into contact with the Monado. Those that are to be seers must touch the Monado, and a chosen few receive our power. That is the ceremony of my family.
And the ceremony was held right here.
The store just wants to hole slide.
Shulk, why do you think we can see the future?
I hadn't really thought about it. After I grabbed the Monado, I just saw things.
Your visions are the flow of ether itself. Ether is the very source of our world's existence. Where and how much ether there exists now and in the future can be predicted. Therefore, in principle, the future of living beings such as us can also be predicted. And there is one thing that makes possible the visualization of those predictions.
You mean... the Monado?
The Monado can disrupt the ether, allowing you to release certain powers. Which means...
My visions, under the same principle, are there to disrupt the future.
with no one to control the outcome, the future will never change. But what if someone were to disrupt the future? What then?
The future would be changed. Is that how Zanza planned to defeat the Mechonis? But why go to such lengths? What happened all those years ago?
Did you think it was just a myth?
I used to only believe in what I could see. My home, my friends, the Monado itself. I knew those things were real.
But when you took the Monado in your hand, you gained the ability to see that which was not meant to be seen.
Are you saying I should stop?
You are a fluctuation. As a fluctuation, you exist outside the results of your predictions. The more you accept this existence, the more malleable the world becomes. In fact, you have no choice but to accept it. Good morning. Did we sleep well?
Oh, I can't feel my face or feet. What do you think?
Sure, Dingus.
Ryan not tell truth. Ryan snoring make Ricky think of Orluka.
Oi! I don't snore.
Also, Bubbles, I'm not answering
Sword
your
Valley
question.
is just around the corner.
That's roughly what happened. Yes, Bubbles. Also, I want to head right back in because there is a heart-to-heart, although I don't think I have what it needs to view it. No. Ricky and Dunban need to become slightly better acquainted. In fact, it's a good opportunity to do that. Then we don't get the great break-toppled days that we've got. Fuck it, we don't really need it. Ricky got a new skill. Okay, that's the one we were looking at before. Grants immunity to strength down. Proves chance of monsters dropping silver chests. That's amazing. Yeah. And Rhyme also got this. Further increases max HP is huge. Bubbles, it's fine. Don't worry about where the cheese grater is. Yeah, that's a good one. And somebody got a new art. Charla. Charla got Cure Round, which is basically a more powerful version of Cure Bullet. Removes debuffs and grants a period of debuff immunity to the entire party. Its cooldown is about twice as long, and it generates much more heat, and it lasts for less time. But it's still super useful. I'm still not going to use it, because honestly, Charla just... ugh. Charla's not worth the effort sometimes. And now we're expected to go way, way down the mountain. It doesn't seem that far, but it kind of is. I still think that I don't have what I want from you guys.
I'm not too partial to these. All right, I'm feeling it. Stay focused. The time has come.
Let's go for a full red.
Come back. Aha! Gale Flash.
Leave it to Hero Con. Fighting! Fighting! Wow!
We did it.
Sidekicks too good.
Such over-exuberance. We can definitely do this. This is the Monarch's power. Electric Gun.
That did not do a lot of damage. Ah, heck. He popped. I said it last time and I'll say it again. One thing I feel that this game does very well is a very strong sense of physicality to your destinations. So for the first portion of the game, you are continually moving upward. When you get to Bionis Leg, it is very clear what direction your destination is, because your destination is up. You lose a little bit of that in Sartorl Marsh. You get it towards the end, but you lose a little bit of that there, and similarly in Machna Forest. But in Frontier Village, you have a very strong sense of destination is up. Once you get to Aerith Sea, you are at the top, and there's a very, very clear sense of that. And you can also see literally exactly where Prison Island is. By the way, this is a detour. This is not where the destination is. And after all of that, you come to Valak Mountain, and your destination is down. And so you get a very, very, very clear sense of where to go, which I really appreciate. But our destination is through there. Can we take on this nebula now?
Right, let's do this. Make it a swift victory. Electric Gun. We move at the same pace. Get it done back. Roll, please. Take your edge.
Okay, and this time again.
I'm feeling it. Everyone, feel the flow. Understood, Dumbass.
And let's try for... I'm at least gonna go for a break topple days. Why did Dunban not get involved?
We did it.
He's being artsy. I fucked up.
Teachers hero upon Ricky.
And he's about to fuck us up. Yep. Yeah, this really super isn't working out. Anyway, this is the right party while we're seeking Fiora. Her won't admit it to himself lover, her brother, and her best friend growing up. Also, that ice bridge is rad. There is a lot of this place that I'm probably not going to explore first time around. And I don't feel bad for that. These guys, slow boss, very, very tough. They are similar to the Orlugas in Machna Forest. They're basically just big old ogres. But they can be very tough to deal with. Although now that I'm fighting them, they're not that bad.
Don't worry about it. Just don't lose your focus.
Can we break top of base then? Yes, it just has to be in a chain attack. That's fine.
Now! Yeah! Rhyme time! In your face. Just like old times.
I remember them being really tough. Oh? This is Slobos Ice Rock? We got two, like Peppino asked for. Now Peppino and N be happy. Okay. We need two of them, so maybe we will be lucky enough to get another one right off the bat.
Leave it to right. Make it a swift victory. Split edge. Electric power. Now it's way time. Right. Keep up that momentum. Take that. Split edge. Oh yeah, baby. Right. Awesome. Leave it to right. Now it's right time.
Please do not proceed.
Leave it to me. Steel strike.
Yeah, Ryan unfortunately is confused. And I mistimed that.
How do you like
All good.
just like old times?
What do you mean just like old times? In your old times, one of your friends died.
Who else wants some?
Also, you lost the use of your arm. The old times were shitty, Dunban. Whoops. Okay, let's see if this is a little bit better than when I was with Ricky. Ricky is super good in certain party setups, but he just doesn't work for these ones.
Now we're putting together. So this is what team will do. I'm turning up the heat. Right. Who's your tool? Yeah! Now it's right time. Alright, now tear him up. Good. Just don't run off by yourself, right?
Well said, Bubbles. Fuck arms and fuck things.
Perfect for a chain attack.
I'm not sure of the context, but sure.
Here we go.
Is this with regards to he lost the use of his arm and his friend died? Jay, no need to apologize. You are never required to be anywhere. I appreciate your presence.
Okay, my turn. Keep it up. Here I come. Steel flash! Your days are numbered! Yeah, let's end this. Timing is everything. Remember that. Perfect!
Okay, so we know what Jay's type is.
Steel flash! Now it's right time.
Jay likes cute swings. Which I'm not blaming you for.
See, this isn't pushing you at all.
Jay,
No?
I have something special for you. Just for you. I hope you enjoyed this. Biggs in Final Fantasy VII Remake is exactly your type, and you've never been more attracted to a fictional man. Which one is Biggs? Because I've entirely forgotten. I mean, I never played the games, but I watched Barry play, so I've got some idea.
Right! Let's do this! Leave this to me! Let me at him! Steel flash! Okay guys, now we're putting together. So this is what teamwork is. Now it's right time.
One whose abs are so defined you can see them through his shirt. Okay,
Time is now.
good to know what Bubbles' type is.
Yeah, Dumbat, go for it!
Which again, hard to blame you.
What a bunch of jokers.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
I didn't do it on purpose, Copper. I just showed him shirtless show.
Everyone, let's go! This one's mine. Make it a swift victory. Time for a chain attack. Here we go. Slash, come back. Aha. Steel strike. Right. I know. Yeah, well played. Perfect. This will be marked down. Oh yeah, baby. Right. Inspiration. Leave it to right.
That went well.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?
It was completely on purpose, but I didn't mean to break Jay. What is this odd location? This is Nuffle Tower, apparently. More large handcuffs. If only Juice were here to be concerned. You know, now that there's a landmark here, I'm gonna head back up. Because I missed something very important. And I'm not sure where I missed it. So unfortunately, I'm gonna go way back to the top. Because there's something super cool. Which just builds a shit ton of lore. And just... I don't know how I missed it. You know what? Fair, Copper. Tales of Symphonia looks fun. I'm glad I'm watching Red Mage play it, because I don't think I'll ever have time to play it myself. There are too many games. And it doesn't help that I have a habit of replaying my favorite games. For example, this right here. You know, my 4th or 5th, I can't remember. I think 4th playthrough of Xenoblade Chronicles. I think this is the place. Yes. Look at that fucking thing. Yeah, Shulk's cute. I see it. Of the boys in this game, Shulk is not my type. Dunban is entirely my type. But in spite of my whole being questionably straight thing, like, Melia is my number one. That actually went pretty well, apart from how Ryan died. Which I know sounds bad, but he was fine. You finish Hades' main story and whatever sub-stories you're intrigued in, or Pokemon Gen 4 remakes happen. Well, Copper, you can kind of choose that. This is one of the coolest spots in the game. As I said, for lore, if for nothing else. This is the Mechonis Wound. The cutscene in the very beginning of the game shows the Monado getting hit at one point with the Mechonis sword. And this is a piece of the Mechonis sword that broke off and got lodged in the Bionis' skin. Which of the rewards are of Shulk? If you're talking about the sound rewards, then exactly 0. One of them does have Shulk briefly. But I mean very briefly. Anyway, I just wanted to come and show off the Mechonis Wound because it's rad. Copper, I will say, Pokemon Gen 5 was probably my favorite. I played Black and White 2. I didn't actually finish it. But I feel like Gen 5 got the perfect mix of pixel art and everything. It's called Rhyme Please. And it will make you sad. Look at this big spider fucker. The Entma King.
Everyone, let's go! Let me at him. Don't hold back. All right, I'm feeling it.
So many eyes! Why do you have so many eyes, sir?
Bring it on! Use the chain attack and finish him. Roger. All systems go. Here we go.
Are we the baddies?
That was a little bit quiet. That was not the correct one, Jay. But thank you for playing it anyway. I am a bit disappointed at how quiet it was. That's the one, Copper.
Steel strike! I know! In your face. We did it! Steel slash! Split edge! I'm powering up. You never stood a chance. Who else?
That scream at the end is Shulk dying. Honestly, I might actually, now that you mention it, I might add a Shulk reward. Well, a Shulk sound command, whatever. In spite of that thing being called the Entma King, it is not the only one of its type, and is not a unique enemy. There are several kings, apparently. But what I wanted... Hang on. I need to fight you guys? I'm surprised, actually. Guess it must be for an item to request. Do not perceive me. I have very few requests, but one of them is that you do not perceive me. The fact that you continue to perceive me is very mean.
This isn't going well. Almost there. Heads up, guys. More
Dive Impact 3, which would be a huge problem, except Shulk has Monado Shield, which makes that do 1 damage, which you'll notice 1 is less than 2,000.
We're counting on you. Leave it to me. Right, go. War swing. In your face. We did it. What in the world of strike? Backslash. All right, now Terror's powering up. Good. Just we can definitely do this.
Yeah, this is just a quest. Someone just clearly wanted me to kill these dudes. Which, I mean, I'm down with.
Here I come. Steel strike. Right. Yeah. Rhyme time. In your face.
Nah.
We are at one with the battlefield.
Ryan, unfortunately, doesn't have enough brain cells to process the feeling of cold. So he'll be fine. The no spoiler tag is for people other than me, Jay. This is a very story-heavy game. And yeah. Oh, this terrible place. Bubbles, why are you so focused on his nipples? Yeah, there was no practical point to my doing that. It was just a very, very long way back to the Hollow Bow, which I've already been to. Don't remind me of the ice cabbages. It has been... It's a long time. I'll eventually find the ice cabbages. I'm genuinely curious now, though. He really doesn't have nipples. It must just be that weird Nintendo thing where some characters don't have nipples. I don't know why it's like that, but it is a thing. I suppose it's not just Nintendo. I say that, but like there are several developers that do that. That's also a fair point. The game can't really handle... Like, Ryan's hotness is already off the charts. Adding nipples into that would just break things. I mean, yeah. Dunban is the hottest man in this game. This is the Great Glacier. Even for an area which is not my favorite, God, this game is pretty. Yeah, Ryan does not have a brain in his head. Scene time.
Mekon. It is you. Hey, that's Fiora!
Young heir to the Monado. We meet again.
Fiora!
Fiora? Is that my name? Then you know this body?
So it's true. You really don't remember us at all. Fiora, listen! If nothing else, you must remember your family. That's Dunban over there.
Family? There is family.
No, it was the
Wielder of
line.
the Monado. There is a matter I must speak to you about.
Fiora! What was that?
You know, didn't you kill her enough times already, fucker?
Metal face. Stay alert.
You killed my father!
Get him! Get away from her!
Now, let's all calm down. If I slip, I might mess up her hair.
You.
You're disgusting!
Would you be so kind and hand over that dangerous toy you have? I could take it after I smash you all to a pulp. But we wouldn't want that, would we?
All right. You can have it. But only if you let her go.
There's a good boy. Always eager to please, Shulk.
But you're...
How's it going, Dunban?
Remember how this dude died? Yeah. He's just a fucker.
Munkar. I thought it might be. But... you're to blame for all this.
I can't tell you how badly I wanted this sword. Has this puny boy even figured out how it works yet? What are you willing to do? Would you even kill a Homs to beat us?
You dare ask that of us? Why did you betray us to Mekonis? Why did you kill our friends at the colony? Why?
You wanna know? Because it's your home.
Well, that's just
You
me.
piece of...
Stay where you are. That thing works by remote. So, unless you want me to put a hole in her neck... So what's it to be, weaklings? Grovel at my feet and beg?
We will not bow to you!
God, Melia, you are so cool!
Will you hit bad guy in face?
You'll pay for that, princess!
You're a traitor, Mumkar, and you're not getting away.
So, to answer a few questions. How come he has his memories? He was actually one of the earliest Homs converted into a face mecha. So, presumably there were some parts of the process that were changed later. But Fiora losing her memories is also much more complicated than just losing her memories. Mumkar is not in constant pain right now, I suspect, simply because of the fact that the Monado is not active at that point. Anybody can hold the Monado without pain as long as they don't activate it. Get that man a throat lozenge? He does not deserve it. So, I'm going to change up our party setup. Because I've occasionally been struggling without healing. Sure, the actor needs a lozenge. But he's a good voice actor and it's worth it. This is probably my favorite standard party. Let's enchant. Because even outside of the machine, he is still classed as a faced mecha. You know, on account of his body being entirely mechanical at this point.
And as one, we're unbeatable. We can definitely do this. Yeah, Dumba, go for it.
Keep the enchant up. He is briefly invincible. Gonna miss the days again, unfortunately.
Definitely do this. Understood, Dumba.
Get off me!
Hang in, don't give up, Dumba. Don't overdo it. Monado, lend us your power.
Keep the enchant up and we'll be able to chain attack pretty soon. Yeah, no, that is a fair point. It makes sense to fight as Dunban. I don't because I never use Dunban, which is terrible.
We're counting on you.
But I never play as Dunban because I find him quite difficult to use.
My turn! Headshaker! Should be okay, we're not finished yet.
Leave it to me.
I like having Dunban as a secondary character.
Take a wrench.
Get off me!
Soaring. Time is coming.
Okay,
Can we instant kill him?
headshot!
No.
Get
We're
off
not
me!
finished yet.
Leave it to me. Backslash.
I've had it! I'm gonna slaughter you!
You fought beside me! Sword Valley! Why did you change sides? Why the back off?
You're as blind as you were then. I've wanted you dead for years!
What's happening? Is the Bionese moving?
I wanted to get to Monado so I could be the new hero!
Is that it? That's the puerile reason you killed all those innocent people! Ravaged our home!
I love this body! The power!
Dunban's cool.
Gunbands, you'll never win! Get on your knees and worship me!
Never. I will strike you down and all that you have become, you wretched fool. The Monado will stop you, and then you will know the shame of all that you have done, traitor!
Shut your mouth and come on!
Oh, that's several.
That light! What the? It's not like the other Mechon.
You are right, heir to the Monado. This is the strongest Mechon ever built. Controlled by me, Egil, leader of Mechonis, an agent of Mayneth.
Leader of Mechonis? So you're the one who controls the Mechon?
I am he. We fight to free the world from the tyranny of the Bionis.
Why? Why do you trap bombs in machines? What do you want from us? Why make us fight for you?
Your questions do not concern me. I must return with this one.
Fiora! Get your hands off her! Fiora!
If you want her, come and get her. You are more than welcome on Mechonis.
Come and visit any time, Dunban!
Munka! We're coming! And we won't give up!
Find us, Monado, Sword of the Bionis. We will meet you on the battlefield.
Fiora! We will find you! Fiora!
I love the introduction of Egil there. Egil is one of my favorite villains, and that is such a great moment. Copper, I refuse to spoil anything in response to your comment. I will say, it's curious that he said the strongest Mechon ever built. Which suggests that, you know, the Mechon are... like, we know they're robots, but the way it's said is slightly odd for me. As I said, I love Egil as a villain. He is fantastic, and he develops in a very interesting way. He ends up being very complex.
Shulk.
She's... Get it together, Shulk. We ain't got time to be hanging around here. I don't know what's happened to her, but that was Fiora. No doubt about it. You know what that means? She ain't dead. We gotta get her back.
Sometimes you need your himbo to solve your problems.
Right. We've come too far to give up now.
Then we'll go to Mechonis and find Fiora.
Just beyond there lies Sword Valley. The Mechon flew in the direction of Galahad Fortress. Fiora may be there. Will you pursue, Shulk?
Yes. We will get Fiora back.
And even though there's more, and we will be back to Valak Mountain, for the sake of the story, I am going to move on. Bubbles! Ryan isn't even in the party. But also, no, I refuse. Why does everybody want him to put a shirt on? God. Fine. But I will put him in his worst gear. Okay. How about that? You can't see the lack of nips quite as clearly there. Would that satisfy you? Because he still has to be semi-shirtless. That won't satisfy you. Fine. Then he is going to look as stupid as possible. Also, Sads, I don't know if you're new here. I feel like I've seen you around a couple of times, but it's genuinely very nice to have somebody who knows the game. Probably better than I do. We're not going to need chill defense for a while. Give him some strength up. It's not going to hurt him. I mean, yeah, you're right. Ricky did single-handedly slay the Dino Beast. And we move past the Bionis wrist to the Bionis thumb. And come to one of the coolest areas, just lore-wise, in the entire game.
Oh, what the...
Is all that big sword? Oh, if is, then ouchie ouch.
There's typically a Bionis crutch, Bob.
The sword of the Mechonis.
The entire valley below. The whole thing is its sword.
Something seems unnatural.
What do you mean?
Look, that flowing light. From the way it glows, it has to be ether. But it looks like it's being drawn in by something.
By the fortress. It should just be up ahead.
Father once told me that the Mechonis absorbs the ether of the Bionis and uses it for sustenance.
So the Mechonis feeds off ether? Then undoubtedly the ether serves as the Mekon's energy source as well.
So yeah, the entirety of this area we're in now, Sword Valley, is the sword. You can see over there the head of Bionis. You can see the shoulder, you can see the chest area, and you can see there the right shoulder and the arm that we just came down. I love the physicality of the world here. I know it's hard to see. It's very misty. It's just as difficult to see for me. It's really just silhouette. But we come down the thumb. By the way, the reason the Bionis thumb is here, the reason the Bionis hand is here, is in the cutscene at the very beginning when we saw Bionis and Mechonis fighting. After Bionis was near fatally struck by the Mechanis. It grabbed hold of the blade. And to this day, however many eons later, it's still holding on to it. Hey, Shadow Mage! And Sword Valley is now shown not as a location on the Bionis, but as a location on the Mechanis. I'm doing pretty well tonight.
It looks so big.
How are you?
Even from this distance. The fortress must be enormous.
Galahad Fortress. The frontline base of the Mechon. The Mechon that attack Bionis must all come from here.
Then there's a high probability that he's there. The golden Mechon that took Fiora. We're about to enter the Mechon stronghold. If there's anyone who wants to turn back now...
Shulk, friend should no split up. No leave friend behind. Ricky's scared, but Ricky won't go too.
Ricky.
Oh, good.
He's right. Okay, let's go.
Yes.
I also love the music in this area. And yeah, weird as it looks, this whole thing is the sword. And you can just see parts of the Mechanis in the distance there. The rest of it obscured by clouds. You can see the Bionis actually much more clearly from this position. There is its head staring down at us. Waterfalls cascading off its chest. Is it clear that I like this game?
What's that?
A supply convoy. It would be most unwise to proceed without restocking our supplies.
You arranged this for us.
Hey, it's...
Hey, Dixon!
Looks like you lot have been having fun without me. Heard you took care of that faced Mechon.
What are you doing here?
I got wind of some allied force coming together a few days back. I stepped up as the representative of the Homs. Then a little birdie told me you lot were heading for Galahad Fortress. So I thought I'd drop by and say hello. I've got a whole stack of new equipment. Want some?
Yeah! I was hoping for some new stuff.
Hold it, Ryan. You know it's gonna cost you.
You cheap old man.
I feel more powerful.
Oh yeah, incredibly British. Ether crystals now come from these weird ether gears because they're not naturally generated in Mechanis. They're harvested instead. Somebody got a new skill. Charla got rapid healing. Reduces the cooldown of healing arts. That's so good. That's also pretty solid, so Charlotte can work on that so long. I need to make sure... Does everyone have the right gear? Probably not. Yes, a lot of people think I'm British. It's fine. Oh, so would I, Sads. Without a moment's hesitation.
Hello.
So, they have some pretty solid gear here. It's also very expensive. If you compare, say, the Anti-Mechon Striker, it is way weaker than what Dunban currently has. However, it has the advantage that it can damage Mechon without needing to worry about Monado Enchant. It's very, very useful. It's so good. I also want to check some of the art books we can get. So, this is an art book for an art that Melia does not yet have. It is one of her best arts. We'll get there. Healing Gift, she doesn't use a lot. Thunder, Dunban doesn't use a lot. Soaring Tempest, he does. Reflection, I can come back and buy later. Anchor Chain, he doesn't use. Lariat, he doesn't really use. Mind Blast is worth getting. What can I sell? Actually, let me check that everyone's got their... I was going to check that everyone's got their best equipment, but this isn't about best equipment. This is about anti-Mechon equipment. Anti-Mechon Striker we need, Anti-Mechon Sniper we need, and I'm going to get the Driver. I'm not going to focus too much on Melia and Ricky. Melia doesn't really do auto attacks much. And I'm probably not going to use Ricky down here because we definitely need a tank. I have not finished my preparations, but I also have no money. Oh, look how good the Snowy Striker is. Once cut a Raging Avalanche in two? That's absurd, but rad. Yeah, I love Melia. She is perfect in all ways. And that's one of the ways in which she's perfect. Agility up is nice. Xenoblade Chronicles is, to begin with, my favorite game. JRPG released in the West in, I think, 2011, 2010, as part of Operation Rainfall, which successfully got Nintendo to localize 3 games which had been Japan exclusive. Xenoblade Chronicles, The Last Story, and Pandora's Tower. The story of Xenoblade Chronicles so far is that the main character, Shulk, is the only character able to wield a weapon called the Monado, which has a couple of special properties. One of which is that it can damage these enemies called Mechon who want to kill everybody. They want to kill basically all life because they're all robotic-y and bad. Although there have been a couple of question marks around the robotic-y and the bad part now, and there will come several asterisks later. Don't worry, we'll sort it out. At this point, Shulk's best friend and potential girlfriend was killed in episode 1, and we were going for revenge. We discovered that she was actually still alive, and now we're going to find and save her. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, in terms of story, is like 95% unrelated to this, but the 5% is so cool that it almost seems more important sometimes. Xenoblade Chronicles X is entirely unrelated to both of the games. I do plan on streaming all 3 of them. Greg, thank you. I mean, yeah, I basically just did the Dragon Ball Z thing. Yes, Greg, feel free to run away from spoilers. But you are rad. Let's get Days. Why not? And then if I am going to be using Rhine, I want the anti-mechon driver. With muscle up, which increases his physical defense. There is less screaming in this game, but not no screaming.
Hello.
Bye, Copper. Have fun. I don't know how we chased you away, but... So, let's see... these are all good weapons, though. I don't want to sell these. I can sell... I've got 2 5-star rods, so that's okay. Heck, I don't want to sell any of that. So little I do want to sell. So I'm just going to be low on money for a while. I've got plenty of element chunks, and they're pretty easy to farm. I'm going to sell all of those. Sure, Copper. Okay. If you try to run off, I believe they stop you. Or they don't. Have I just never done this? Huh. I don't like this. It feels weird. Okay, so to answer that question, look at the first half of Dixon's name.
Hey there.
If you're all ready, let me know what you've been up to. Looks like you've been through a lot. Tell me about it.
Fiora? You mean Dumban's sister?
Yes, of course that Fiora.
Yes. So that's why you're all looking so down. I can't believe they're sticking Homs into those faced Mechon. Looks like they weren't just eating us.
They made Mumkar into one. He was the one who attacked Colony 9.
Oh, and there was me thinking he snuffed it in that battle.
Aren't you surprised?
Did he attack Colony 9? I don't know what drives those Mechon. I've given up trying to figure them out. It don't surprise me one bit. Still, Mumkar as well, eh? Things are getting interesting.
Sorry?
Oh, nothing.
Dixon, stop being mysterious.
It is time for us to return. I would like to continue providing assistance, but my help is required in assembling Homs for the Allied force. There are also my duties as seer to consider.
Then I'll be off too. You lot should be all right getting Fiora back. In the meantime, we'll be getting ready for battle.
Thanks for coming this far. We'll be fine. We can handle ourselves.
Galahad Fortress is a key position for the Mechon. You can't just rush in, all guns blazing.
Agreed.
Yeah, but Elvis Ernst being mysterious.
We will infiltrate via the ether inlets. If I'm right and the Mechon do feed off ether, then we're sure to find some form of influx channel. Our objective is to reach one of those channels.
Don't go dying on me, Shulk.
I won't. You take care as well.
Cheers.
Looks like it's just us.
God, Charla, why the assless chaps?
Right. We head for the hilt of the sword. Galahad Fortress.
Okay.
One year on. Now, at last, we will seize our destiny. Isn't that right, Shulk?
So, one thing I want to mention. Oh, wait, more cutscene?
So another has appeared with the ability to wield the Monado. But why would Zanza release the Monado? He surely knows it would become a double-edged sword. Yet he relinquishes it to that mere child. And a face escaped my control and acted alone. Now that the Monado has been freed, it appears the usefulness of the faces has come to an end. Although, perhaps there are still things to be learned from having them challenge the boy.
So, a couple of weird things there. Egil seems to have known Zanza. We don't see the extent of that, but yeah, Egil seems to have known Zanza. But one thing I wanted to point out. Someone mentioned that this is a weird-looking sword. Firstly, remember scale. But it's also worth noting, a lot of this was built on the sword later. Hi, Juice. I'm glad you're alive. I want to test something with the Google closed captioning. Juice, can you please turn on closed captioning to see how effectively it does something and let me know? Okay. So, I frequently, as a joke, based on your name, call you Jahuice. That really didn't work out. Let's try that again. Jahuice. That's closer. That's all I wanted to test out. So yeah, these buildings, a lot of the areas on the side, a lot of the weird shit, that's not the way the sword was in the battle however long ago. That's what it looks like now, because it's been built upon. Oh, that's so cool. You can see the Bionis' thumb on the sword, and you can see the ice a little further up Valak Mountain. There are all these little weird locations. A little bit scared. I think I'm very slightly under-leveled. Which is fine. Because I've been doing okay as slightly under-leveled. But this is not an area in which to be under-leveled, if I'm being honest. That is a big gate. I mean, you're not entirely wrong, Shadow Mage. That is a very anime trope. I like it. Oh, also. That is a big fucker. We thought we had seen big Mechon before. Pokeboo, thank you so much for the follow. And welcome. I like fortress units and hate them in equal measure. But this one, let's just say, we're all level 47. A level 47 fortress unit would be a challenge. Because they're big, they do stupid amounts of damage, they're just very difficult to deal with. One that is 5 levels above us, I'm going to avoid if I'm able to. But it does very much... give you an idea of the stakes. This is not a place where there are just a couple of Mechon in the fields. No. There are huge numbers of very powerful Mechon. We haven't seen a lot of them yet. There are huge numbers of very powerful Mechon patrolling. This is their turf now. By the way, I'm not coming up here for any particular reason. Although there is something inside here, which I had forgotten. Shadow Mage. Oh, that made me giggle. So yeah, there are a couple of pretty weak enemies here.
Everyone, let's go! Don't hold back!
Don't let a single one escape.
We can definitely do this! We're not invincible! Manano, enchant!
Enchant is not strictly necessary here, because we have the anti-Mechon weapons, but it is still good. Because it still increases damage, and anything that increases damage is good. But yeah, these guys are no major challenge. Give me a moment, I have to deal with the cat who's currently trying to destroy my legs. Gummy, you are so cute. And I love you so much. But why do you hate my legs? Yes. Break Topple Days. I entirely forgot where I was for a moment.
Nice.
We are at one with the battlefield!
Just a matter of time now.
Useless! Done bad!
Oh yeah, Shulkon AI is garbage.
Dance with me! We can definitely do this! Come on! We can do it!
Starting to look like a team.
We can do even better! Come on, Shala! We got through that pretty good!
My favorite thing is Shulkon AI,
Let's keep on going like
who
this,
sees
guys.
a vision and then uses enchant instead of shield, which I've had happen more than once. Nice, Red Mage. What are you getting? Oh, we're back down here. Bubbles Monado Enchant is an art that Shulk has, which increases damage a little bit, and also allows weapons other than the Monado to damage Mechon. It's an essential art for most of the game, But at this point, everybody has weapons that can damage Mechon. Nice, Red Mage. I personally wouldn't order sushi because I only like salmon sashimi, and salmon sashimi is only good super fresh. Also that, yes. God, AI Shulk loves spamming Buster. As I said, I only like salmon sashimi. That I haven't had in... God. 5-6 years? And the last one I had wasn't particularly good. Oh, who am I attacking? I'm attacking him. Okay.
We're counting on you.
Oh, Charla! Charla cooling off is like the worst part of this game. It's basically the reason that Charla is often considered to be one of the weakest characters.
Not bad at all.
Okay, let's get going.
Ooh, we got a quality butt plug.
I don't want anyone dying out
Yeah, all together now. Stay calm. Stay dead.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no, this is very bad. There's that fortress unit right there, who, if he has his chance, is going to destroy us.
Okay, perfect.
I don't think he's close enough to be worried about. But I'm always concerned about them, because fucking look at them.
No, that's not it at all.
Oh, let him have a go, Dunban.
Couple of new weapons, but unfortunately not anti-Mechon weapons, so not that useful immediately.
Don't let a single one escape.
Let's focus our efforts. Understood.
That ends them pretty neatly.
Let's aim higher, Charlotte. That was close.
Keep it up.
Leave this to me.
And let's finish these guys off.
This is the Monado's.
You know what? Fuck it.
We're counting on you.
That is entirely unnecessary.
Against the odds, we choose to fight.
We're starting to look like a team.
We can do even better. Come on,
Dunban's
Charlotte.
so good.
Good job, everyone. We did it.
Also, I'm curious why Dunban's... Yeah, I didn't set a weapon for him, so that's just what the anti-Mechon glaive looks like. I actually don't super like that look, and I might go with the Hum Saber instead. That's quite cool. That's not. Yeah, he's got the anti-Mechon Striker, which is different to the anti-Mechon glaive. Don't want to go there. I think I'm going to put him on the anti-mechon glaive, just because it looks so fucking cool. Dunban and Shulk have a better connection, which is good. Shulk doesn't really do auras. Increases the chance of a double attack. It's actually very nice. And equally, Dunban can get something from Shulk. Although nothing that he can afford yet. God, that's such a good one, though. And someone learned a new art. It might just be that Melia can level hers up. No! She learned Summon Earth! Summon Earth is one of Melia's best attacks. When it is summoned as an elemental, it reduces physical damage by 15%, which is fantastic. When it is discharged, it does both direct damage and poison damage for 30 seconds. It is insanely good. She just becomes an earthbender. So at this point, she has lightning, fire, water, wind, earth. Like, she's the Avatar. And I feel like Summon Earth is better than Burst End. Although that's tough to do. Ricky also learned something new by the looks of it. I think Tantrum is his new art, which allows him to do breaks. Which is fine. We just have better ways of dealing break, genuinely. She's the Avatar who can even lightning bend. Ooh. Frozen gauntlets. They have chill defense, but also just a lot of defense. And put those on Dunban. Of course, Juice. I'm only going to be streaming for another 10-ish minutes, so you won't be missing much. Enjoy dinner. And yes, the lurkers are very, very cute. It's also interesting to see, this is one of the tanks that the Hum's defenders of Colony 6 and Colony 9 used in the Battle of Sword Valley 10 years ago. Just abandoned here. Presumably with its contents eaten. Nice, Josh! I'm glad you're getting the weekend off. There's something I keep expecting to see, and it's not happening. And I know it's somewhere.
We can do even better. Come on, Charlotte. Testing thing. Stay calm. Stay focused. Dance with me. Everyone, don't let your guard down. Inspirational. Everyone, let's
And
here we go.
it's kind of always worth doing a chain attack when you have the opportunity. If only because it improves party affinity, and affinity does a number of things, including making chain attacks better.
We win. Let's press on.
Let's stay alert.
There's also an enemy up there. Banjo Pug indeed, Great Mage.
Let's do this!
I don't want anyone dying out there.
Make it a swift victory!
Now!
Gale Flash! Ha! We can definitely do this! Worldly Slash! Backslash! Stay focused. Dance with me! Dream Edge! Amateurish! Done back! Awesome! Leave this to me! Gale Flash! You never stood a chance!
Let's stay alert.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, as I said, a lot of Mechon around here.
Don't let a single one escape.
Let's focus our efforts. Understood.
Which shouldn't be a surprise. This is their front line. I was going to say of defense, but they have nothing to defend against.
Stay focused. Okay. Just one more lap.
Well, they have me to defend against.
Here we go. Here I come. Steel strike.
I'm on it. Headshaker!
I missed that timing?
Nice!
Oh, just by the tiniest amount. Stellar armor? By the looks of it, that was heavy, which I don't think... No, it's medium armor. I'm really surprised. So Shulk can get... Wait, why am I putting this on Shulk? Also, why does Shulk not have... Yes. The stellar armor can go to Dunban. That is so over-designed that it almost comes back around to being cool. Tension Swing is potentially useful. And then Shulk can get the Amethyst armor. Yeah, that's almost cool. But almost cool is not cool. And Dunban deserves cool. Honestly, I like his colony type gear. I think it suits him very well. And yeah, as you can see, there are a lot of dudes.
Don't let a single one escape.
Don't hold back.
And they're very varied in size and shape and everything.
And as one, we're unbeatable. Thank you, Dunban. Come on, we can do it.
Looks like it's no problem.
I'm really feeling it. Don't get careless. How's that? That's the spirit. Everyone, let's go.
Let's focus on this dude. And that wasn't the best timing. Ah, but this dude's also got break, so it's fine.
My turn.
No Link, I'm very surprised.
This will leave a mark. Take your edge.
Headshot.
Take this.
We're starting to look like a team.
We can do even better. Come on, Charlotte.
Gotta cool off.
I feel my power returning to me. Yeah, Dunban, go for it.
I will admit, this place does not have the most exciting geography.
Thank you, Dunban.
It just, like, objectively does. I still like it because it's got rad music, some very fun fights, and in terms of lore, it is top-notch.
Nice!
We are at one with the battlefield!
Ooh, a new helmet? Yeah, stellar gear. That is. Again, it looks kind of silly. Oh no, Dunban, you can't go around in an eye patch. I will not allow it. The headband's kind of cool. And there is a much bigger fortress than the one we saw before. You can still see those lines of ether flowing along the sword towards somewhere on Mechonis.
Let's do this! Make it a swift victory!
I don't want anyone dying out there.
Electric Buster!
We're starting to look like a team.
Good job, everyone!
We make a great
That
team.
went quickly.
But we mustn't be careless.
I thought so. Someone's got a new update to their skill tree. Melia. Boosts electric damage is great. Extends chill duration. We don't even have a way to deal chill yet. I'm still gonna add that in.
Everyone, let's go!
Don't let a single one escape.
Make it a swift victory! Electric Buster! We can do even better! Come on, Charlotte! Pesky thing!
And Dave. That went very poorly for this team.
Chain attack time.
Cool! Let's do it! The time is up. Here we go! Ezra! No man! We're counting on you! Here I come! Full force!
I'm on it.
Again, no follow-up from Charlotte.
The battlefield!
Kind of surprised.
Electric Buster!
We're just not having good luck with it.
Against the odds! We choose to fight! Okay, guys. Now we're pulling together. That was too easy.
We make a great team.
Let's press on.
I got some new shoes. Shulk's boots are about the same as everybody else's. They're 75-35. Yeah, I just have to keep giving good stuff to my tank for obvious reasons. Yeah, a bit more strength won't hurt him. Oh no, Jay. Surprise quests are so rare in this game. It's such a bizarre thing. I think this is only our second or third one so far, but they're still cool. Dolgan Outpost is occupied by Mechon. Defeat their leader and take control of the facility. No, Jay. You have a sore tummy now?
Right! Let's do this! Make it a swift victory!
Don't let a single one escape.
Ah! Electric Buster!
Do not perceive me. I request not to be perceived.
Steel strike! Take that one! Feel the flow of battle!
I will never forget it, dumb man.
Yeah! We're the best! I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Oh,
We
I'm
make
sorry,
a great
Jay.
team.
Hopefully it won't last too long.
We can't lose! Don't hold back!
Don't let a single one escape. Now!
No need to apologize. That is exactly the kind of humor that is appreciated in my chat.
We're counting on you. Leave it to me.
I know it's not strictly necessary, but...
I'm on it.
no reason not to.
Now we're putting together. Focus on this moment, Sean. Not bad. We are at one with the battlefield.
No, that's the problem. You're right. You know, I am trying to find a good way to shorten your name. In fact, I'm trying to find a good way to pronounce your name, and I'm struggling. Could you... Is there a way you prefer to be addressed? I'm seeing Amki Kaskuri? Amsi Kaskuri? Something like that. And I want to make sure that when I talk to you, I'm not butchering your name. Harry is fine. That is perfect. Electro Nut Butter and Electro Nut Buster. I hear both, but Electro Nut Buster is much funnier. So yeah, welcome, Carrie. This is getting towards the end of my stream, unfortunately. But I'm still very glad to have you here. Hi, Yanni.
Let's focus our efforts. Understood.
There are several of these guys now. That is less than ideal.
Okay, guys. Now we're putting together. I'm really feeling it.
Schultz really feeling it? That's always a good sign. Dunban learned a new art there.
Leave this to me. I'm feeling it. We can do it.
Looks like it's no problem.
We can definitely do this. Here we go.
Well, Carrie, I do stream Xenoblade every single Saturday at 5:30 Eastern.
Born in a world of strife.
So you will have plenty of opportunity to catch me in the future.
Blossom dance.
Okay.
Prudent Person, which is such a name. I love this because it's just like, he's a dude. Thank you so much for the follow. It is much appreciated.
Okay. Perfect.
We did it. Time for a chain attack.
Straight into another chain attack. Fuck, Charlotte's cooling off. That's terrible timing.
Timing is everything. Remember that. We did it.
Now we're working as one.
And as one, we're unbeaten. Time is now. Done back. Don't overdo it.
I have. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is one of my favorite games. Xenoblade Chronicles is my favorite game. But yeah, 2 is great. I've actually played it twice.
We're counting on you.
If you don't mind my asking, I'm always curious. How did you come by my channel?
It's not over yet. Leave it to me.
I always like to know how people discover it. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has great combat, especially, I'm going to assume you've played Torna, because the combat in Torna just takes what is already a good system and perfects it.
Gale Slash. You cannot escape.
You know what? Fuck you.
We're the best!
We make a great team!
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Brave shoes, jaw nibbler, blade leggings? I guess. Dunban got a new art there. I don't think was Tempest Kick. I think we already had that. I think it might have been Jaws of Death. This is a very interesting one. An aura that recovers HP just before incapacitation. So basically, if Dunban is going to die and he activates this, when he dies, he will instead get 30% of his HP back and get his talent gauge 50% refilled. It's great. Well, that is fantastic to hear. Because, yeah, this, as I said, this is my favorite game. #1 of all time. It used to be Chrono Trigger, but this surpassed it. I am curious, Carrie. Have you played Xenoblade Chronicles X? Because I know a lot of people who've played the mainline Xenoblade Chronicles games never played X. Wait, I forgot to press the button. God, the gates here are big. I'm hoping, every year, I hope that Nintendo announces that Xenoblade Chronicles X is getting ported to the Switch. Because it is such a good game. It has its problems. But it is such a good game, and I just need more people to be able to play it. Pyra and Mithra being added to Smash was genuinely a fantastic thing. They were my #1 pick for a very, very long time. Josh, I literally have my Wii U sitting in my room, ready to be hooked up to my capture card, because once I finish this, I'm gonna be playing X. Good to know. I know a couple of people who've gone 2 then 1. I played this in about 2012 and I've loved it ever since. So, Jay, that's what happened to me the first time I played X. I couldn't beat it. I struggled, but I had this niggling sense in my brain of wanting to go back to it. And I eventually did, and it was so good. So in the DLC, not the Torna DLC, the kind of weird combat DLC sections in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, yes, you can unlock Elma, who is one of the main characters from X. She's not a main story character in 2, but I'm not even sure if she's classed as canon. But I think that's interesting. I maintain that is interesting because of the fact that they have an HD Xenoblade Chronicles 2 style model for one of the main characters. Which makes me think that it's still possible. But that, unfortunately, is where I'm going to call stream for the evening. Thank you all so much for joining me. This has been incredibly fun. It always is. I love streaming this game. I love streaming in general. It's the audience that really does it. It wouldn't be nearly as much fun without you guys. So, thank you all for joining me. As ever, I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful, wonderful evening. If Xenoblade Chronicles X is Switch Pro exclusive, I mean, I'm hoping that Switch Pro doesn't have exclusive games, personally. But if it is, that's fine, because I'm going to get both of them anyway. And immediately. And I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles 3D was exclusive to the new 3DS for reasons? Question mark? Anyway. Any suggestions on who we want to raid? Crystal is live, Copper is live. Ooh, Arrow is live. I haven't raided Arrow, I don't think, ever. Linda, Gam, Deer. There's so many good people streaming. Any suggestions? We're thinking Tom? Yeah, Carrie. And thank you so much for being here. Just so everybody knows, yeah, I think I'm gonna raid Tom. Come on, there we go. Is that the right spelling of Mechanalist Tom? It is. Switch Pro is not confirmed, but there have been rumors and leaks flying around for years. It's probably going to happen, and soon. But anyway, Xenoblade Chronicles returns next week Saturday at 5:30 Eastern Time. Tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern Time, I'm going to be streaming some Phoenix Wright. For the rest of the games I stream most days of the week these days. You can check out my schedule on Twitch or in my Discord server. You know what? I thought that, Carrie. I don't think that anymore. Nintendo's E3 presentation is on Tuesday. I don't think we're going to see the Switch Pro in the Direct. I suspect at this point that it's going to be a while until we see the Switch Pro. Which is unfortunate. But I'm also 100% convinced that it's coming. I just don't know the when of that. I was expecting to see the Switch Pro this past week, frankly. But we didn't. Anyway, yeah. I hope you all have a fantastic evening. You guys are great. Tuesday, Nintendo is presenting. I hope everybody gets everything they want. I also hope you all have a fantastic time going forward. I'd love to see you in some future streams. And say hi to Tom for me. Ciao.